And welcome back to more Portal 2. So last time, GLaDOS told us that she has a surprise for us. So this time, to get to the surprise, we need to complete this test chamber. So I did figure out what to do at the very end of the previous part. So all we have to do is basically set up this laser in such a way that we can basically drop the cube onto the switch as soon as we're on the elevator, like so. Pretty straightforward, actually. I feel like my biggest problem with Portal is simply overthinking everything.
I bet you think I forgot about your surprise. I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise right now. After all these years, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1. I made it all up. Surprise. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you.
I feel like, based on the events of the first game, the lack of an actual surprise isn't particularly surprising. And this test chamber tends to give me a lot of trouble, so we'll have to see how this goes. But as we make our way through here, I did want to talk a little bit more about the writing, because I was thinking about it a little bit. And, to put it mildly, I feel like some of the writing in this section of the game, while I don't mind it too much, it definitely, I feel like, could have been toned down a little bit. Obviously GLaDOS is supposed to be very upset at Chell for trying to kill her in Portal 1. To be fair, GLaDOS was also trying to kill Chell. So yeah, there's a bit of resentment there. But even then, I feel like the writing might go a little bit too far at times. I feel like some of it rides a very fine line between, like, snark and actually kind of offensive. And while it doesn't personally affect me that much, I definitely can see it bothering other people. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I feel like I have my reasons for not being bothered by it, partly because GLaDOS is the villain at this point, and thus she's not really supposed to be a likable character. But also I feel like it kind of shows, in a weird way, a little bit of character growth for GLaDOS, because instead of being this very cold and monotone sort of AI, she is a lot more personal while still being fairly mechanical sounding in the way she speaks. So it is kind of an interesting evolution to her character arc.
About that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
To those parents who are trying to reach do not love you, please hang up.
Oh, that's sad. But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company.
But yeah, I feel like the same effect could have been achieved without making it quite this personal. But yeah, personally, I don't mind it, but if it does bother you, that's completely valid. And I just wanted to address that a little bit.
Hey, how's it going? I talked my way onto the old nanobot worker crew rebuilding this shaft. They are really small. So, oh, I know, Jerry. No, I'm on a break, mate. On a break. Ah! Just hang in there for 5 more. What, Jerry? You can't fire me for that. Yes, Jerry. Or maybe your prejudiced worksite should have accommodated a nanobot of my size. Thanks for the hate crime, Jer. See you in court, mate. Anyway, look, just hang in there for 5 more chambers.
Well, you know the old formula. Comedy equals tragedy plus time. And you have been asleep for a while, so I guess it's actually pretty funny when you do the math.
I feel like Wheatley adds a lot to the overall game because he kind of contrasts GLaDOS. While GLaDOS is very monotone and robotic sounding and evil, Wheatley is trying to help us. He's very lively. He doesn't sound particularly mechanical like GLaDOS with turrets. So yeah, there's a bit of contrast there, and I kind of like that detail. This is another test that I don't entirely remember how to do, so we'll have to see how this goes. I have an idea though. We're going to launch ourselves up here. That's a lot of turrets. That might be a problem. So basically, we have a laser over there, so first of all, we need to actually make our way over there with one of these cubes and redirect the laser where we need it to go. So that's basically step 1. Step 2 is to pass it through this particular node to activate that. But this is where things get a little bit interesting, because we basically need to bounce that laser all over this room, which is actually kind of cool. Kind of a neatly designed puzzle. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out what exactly to do here, because I think I need to launch myself out of that wall there, and I'm trying to figure out how to make that work. This might work? Okay, that would have worked, but I was facing the wrong direction. Right idea, but let's see. If I'm going to enter the portal, yeah, I need to be facing where the cube is. Did I knock it down, actually? Because there's a cube up there. Yeah, I think I actually might have knocked it down from there to that ledge, which is actually perfect. Not what I was trying to do, but it worked. The other predicament is trying to go over there with a cube, so we need to... actually, this will be a good test run for this. So let's drop this through. And once it's falling, we need to drop a portal on, let's see, this wall? To launch it across. So like this. And there we go. So that is a proven, workable method for this. So let's try it ourselves. We need to figure out which wall it is, like so, and we are across. Yeah, these puzzles are really fun. I feel like a lot of them aren't particularly complicated, but can be a little bit tricky to work through in terms of like actually trying to figure out what the game is asking of you. We also have these turrets which we can destroy. On my practice run, I didn't think to do that, and for the longest time had no idea how to get through there. I just did not think to simply destroy the turrets for some reason. So let's try this. That's actually too low, I think. Where am I? Wait, actually that worked. Weird camera angle.
I thought about our dilemma, and I came up with a solution that I honestly think works out best for one of both of us. Federal regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good. That's right. The facility is completely operational again.
So with this fully operational facility, we have a lot of lasers and not that many cubes to work with. So let's see, we need to get the lasers into these 3 points, which is easier said than done. And to be perfectly honest, I am trying to remember how to accomplish this task, not by directing the laser at myself. I actually think this isn't too bad. All we have to do is basically do this. Point the lasers at the other switches from the same portal. It's actually a really cool puzzle. And there we go.
I think these test chambers look even better than they did before. It was easy, really. You just have to look at things objectively, see what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat. I've got a surprise for you after this next test. Not a fake, tragic surprise like last time. A real surprise with tragic consequences. And real confetti this time. The good stuff. Our last bag. Part of me's going to miss it. But at the end of the day, it was just taking up space.
Will this work? Yeah, we can actually climb up using portals and the bridge. I don't know if that actually accomplishes anything. I think it actually does. Yeah, it actually does. We need to get across now. I'm double checking which portal to activate, just in case. And there we go. So let's go through this process again, slowly climbing up to make it over to this button over here, which should allow us to get a cube.
What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy. I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run! Run! Come on! Come on! Run! Come on! I'm closing the door. Okay, quick recap. We are escaping. Alright, that's what's happening now. We're escaping. So you're doing great. Just keep running. Quick word about the future plans that I've got in store. We're going to shut down your turret production line. Alright, turn off our neurotoxin and then again, though, for the moment, run! This way.
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what? How stupid does she think we are? Wait, where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh look, there's a deer. You probably can't see it. Get closer. The irony is you were almost at the last test.
So it goes without saying that is not the way to go, but I wanted to show that off anyway.
Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what? How stupid does she think we are? Oh! This way. Come on!
Alright, so at this point, I actually don't remember all of this sequence, so this will be interesting. Yep, definitely did not remember this part. Okay, so we need to put a portal over there, but where does this portal go? That's a very good question, and one I don't immediately have an answer to, if I'm being honest. Actually, this isn't too bad. Just do that, and we are good to go. So yeah, I was, again, very much overthinking. So with that portal, we need to go somewhere else now. Looks like that wall will do. And we're out.
You're okay? Great, come on! This way, this way! Hurry!
So, let's see. This is an invisible wall, actually, so this is actually a little bit tricky. Drop a portal there, and drop one under it, hopefully. And that should immobilize it. Pretty easy.
Go, 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 go!
This is a tougher part of the game to commentate, because there's a lot of dialogue here.
There's the exit! We're almost out of here! Keep bringing the whole place back! Hurry! Hurry! This way! Hurry! This way! Get in the lift! Get in the lift! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'll be your next time!
It's kind of interesting how this game is set up in terms of dialogue, how most of the actual test chambers have dialogue at the beginning, and
Brilliant! You made it through. Well done. Okay, follow me. We've still got work to do. At least you can't touch us back here. What's happening? Okay. Okay, don't move. Okay, alright, so, I've got an idea, but it is bloody dangerous. Here we go. Ah! Oh, for God's... They told me that if I ever turn this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything. I mean, I don't even know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless. Mad.
so yeah, it's interesting how a lot of the test chambers themselves have dialogue at the beginning and end, but then you have these sequences that are just kind of like story sequences where you have a lot of the dialogue between the different characters. It's kind of an interesting way to go about presenting the story. But with that, we will continue to make our escape next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Portal 2.